up? What's up? Hey, guess what? My name's Chris Alquez, and this is Your Best Life Defined. Let me ask you a question. Hey, what are you going to do with today? All right, it showed up, right? The sun came up, you're alive, you're out doing your thing, you're in your role, you're whatever you're doing your obligation. Train is rolling full force, right? Getting from here to there, doing what you do. Since you have this day, this one more opportunity to do something amazing with your life, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to do what you did today, tomorrow? If so, then let me ask you this. Why? See, if you wake up tomorrow, you'll have one more day. You'll have one more day to sit back for just a second and ask yourself a really important question. Why in the hell does my life look like it does? One more day. One more day to ponder the thought of maybe trying to eliminate some debt so you can have some money to do some things you love to do. Maybe get your nails done, or maybe just go golfing every weekend, or whatever it is. Maybe that's what you'll do with this one more day you're given. Do I seem kind of harsh? Sound kind of harsh when I'm over here throwing this one more day thing at you? I don't know. Not really being that harsh. I'm just being honest. Guess what? As sad as it is, someone woke up today and they will not see this evening. This is their last day. When you think about it, put it in perspective, can you imagine what it must feel like to face your last day? Now, some are lucky. Some their life ends in such an abrupt way that they don't actually have the time to ponder. But can you imagine, you're 89 years old, things aren't going right, you're struggling, maybe you're in hospice, and now you're facing that last day? That's when it all comes to that's when the reality sinks in. That's when you look back and you're saying, did I do it the way I should have done it? Did I spend as much time doing those things that are so important to me right now in this moment? That's kind of where I was at. I got worried, so they changed the rules. Instead of me having to wait till November of 2016 to retire from the federal prison, they changed the rule in December of 2015 that I had to be in my 55th year to retire. I didn't have to be 55 years old. Wow. Revelation, right? All of a sudden, I'm able to retire January 3rd, I think is when I retired, of 2016. Well, there's a conversation going on between me and my wife and I, and she's wanting me to stay until that November date, partly because it was kind of a surprise. She still had to work, and of course, that's hard for some people. I mean, it was hard for her to watch me at the prospect of me getting to spend 9 months or 10 months retired before I was supposed to, before she had gotten her mental self ready for it, right? So, but that was the point when I realized, well, wait, what happens if I don't, and then 10 months into this almost retired thing, I get cancer and I'm dead before I retire? I'm thinking, no. Taking advantage of it. There's a few tears, a little conversation. It helped us grow. We're better friends now because of that issue, right? Which is kind of surprising. But it was the idea that I have one more day, and all of a sudden when I think about the reality of what I might miss out on, I wanted to make that day count. I didn't want to spend another day at the prison. Granted, did I enjoy my job? Yeah, being a teacher was an amazing opportunity for me. Hanging out with people from all over the world was a great opportunity for me. But I'd done that. I did everything that I was doing up to that point. So now I wake up and with every day, I think to myself, how can I make it better? What can I do with this day so that I don't feel like I cheated myself at the end of it? We need to talk about living your best life. When I keep throwing this phrase out there, it's about that. It's about not taking today for granted, but looking at today in the same manner as people are looking at houses right now, with scarcity, with a concern that if you don't do your best today, oh my God, what'll happen? Oh my God, I wasted it. It's like, let's say you're standing in the middle of a basketball court. You get one shot, half-court shot, for $1 million. And you put in a half-ass effort. And you're like, You're going to just close your eyes and throw the ball in that situation? No, you're not. You're going to grab up that ball, and you're going to friggin' focus on that basket, and you're going to will that ball in that basket. How much more valuable is a day? Think about that. Think about it. And more than that, think about what you can do to make sure that's not the case. See, it's not about being a superhero all the time. Believe me, I run out of gas just like everyone else. Believe me, I don't run around every day just going from one thing to the other like a metal ball in a pinball machine, right? I have my downtime. But when I talk about one more day is the opportunity to make your relationship better. By learning something about yourself, by doing something you haven't tried yet in order for you to get the communication skills you need to make that relationship better. Today is an opportunity for you to actually grab a hold of your commitment to yourself, to see yourself being the person physically that you want to be. Today is that opportunity. One more day. You got one day. Do it. Got one day. You got today. Grab a hold of it. Today is that opportunity to spend that time you keep ducking, that time you keep avoiding with that person you love more than life itself. I joke about the idea of me being irresistible. I'm irresistible. My wife actually told me I look like Jack LaLanne because I've taken to wearing stretchy pants because they're comfortable and it's cold in Colorado, so I can put thermals underneath them and I can still work out because flexibility is everything, right? But it's funny. She looks at me and she's like, "Oh, you look like Jack LaLanne. You're kind of cute, kind of sexy." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks, baby." That's part of that one more day thing. I get one more day to interact with her. I want to make it the best it can be. I don't argue with her. I'm as flexible and easygoing as I can be. I tell my wife, "Listen, what do you need? What will inspire you? What will add value to your life? It doesn't matter what it is. If you're going to make a decision about this life or about the thing we're doing, I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to do my best to live this day to its fullest." And that's where you come in. Learn something. Do something kind for someone. Oh, hey, here's one. Do something kind for yourself. It's okay. Take advantage of every breath you have. It's funny. I'm driven, right? So I got these ideas in my head and I got these plans. And of course I run off of a schedule. It's not a tight schedule, but there's things I have to get done every day. And I'm sitting here and it was brought to my attention in a subtle way. But so I'm in the middle of getting things done, but I've taken the point of I'm only going to get this opportunity to speak to my wife, to share time with my wife. So in the morning, usually she'll drink her coffee and then it kind of gets her going and we get into a conversation. And she mentioned to me the other day that I wasn't listening to her like I used to. And she's right. I was back doing kind of some old habits where I would be working on the computer, she's talking. I'd stepped away from my own rule for making my life better. And that rule, it's really simple. When Sandy walks up to me and she engages me in a conversation, if I'm sitting in front of the computer, I walk out from behind the computer and I go sit in the recliner so I can look straight at her, or I'll go sit right next to her on the couch so that I'm not distracted, so I don't appear to be distracted. But it's not only that, it's for her benefit that she feels like she's being heard. But the other thing is it's an opportunity for me to spend one more moment embracing this person that I get to share my life with. I know that sounds kind of corny, but it's true. It's true. The scariest thing in my life right now, the biggest thing that I face and I dread is saying goodbye. It sucks. I don't want to say goodbye. I don't want to say goodbye to my wife, to my life, to the opportunity I just can't imagine where tomorrow is going to be. This is going to happen. This podcast will continue. This first book will be done and I'll grind it through and I'll publish it and I'll be scared and nervous and worry what people are going to think. And I'll look past that to what's possible. One more day to step towards that, to say, okay, if I were to die today, the one thing my wife will say about me is I was immensely kind to her. And in spite of the fact that the world may not realize it or not, I have a heart as big as the world. I want to help you live your best life. That's why I keep showing up. Because it's easy. It's easy for me. This adds to my day. This makes my day complete. Taking the time to say, hey, dude, hey, out there, guess what? You can do it too. You don't have to live in debt. You can find immense contentment in a life when you build that life around who you are and what you love. because that is the definition of living your best life. You will never be greater at anything than you are at the things you love. Is it hard? Yes, it's difficult. Depending on the goal you have, it is immensely difficult. My youngest daughter she's in her 3rd year of residency. She's an OBGYN. And I look back at that and I try and wrap my head around the amount of commitment and sacrifice it has taken her to achieve that goal. And it's almost beyond belief. But that's an example of what happens when someone wakes up and they say, okay, I have one more day. What can I do with it? I have one more day. How can I rock it? Am I being dramatic? Yeah, maybe so. If that motivates you, that's cool. All I know is that I wake up every day and there's something on my agenda that I have to get done. Not because of the amount of money that it's going to make for me, but because it adds value to my life. The only reason the reason I was able to escape that anger train that I rode for so many years was because I actually stepped away long enough to look at myself honestly, to stop believing my own lies about why I was the way I was, and I dug down to the truth. And I dug down to the truth by learning things about me that I didn't know, by going out and seeking information that I didn't have. And today, my life's crazy great. I love it. Is it perfect? No, it'll never be perfect. But no matter where my life is, just like yours, it can get better. There's only one choice. Pick one thing you don't like about your life, talk about it, think about it, dream about it, and change it. That's the best I can do. Hey, listen, as always, just remember today's your day. Oh, before I go into that, kindness. Kindness is the foundation of success, because a kind heart allows you to see things you might not otherwise see. So keep the kindness at the forefront of your thoughts. And as always, just remember today's your day. Make it a good one.